controlled by the computer. And over here you may display the navigation, whether it's in heading mode or nav mode or computer mode. And over here you get to know whether the autopilot systems is single or dual, or category 1 or category 3 doing landing. And over here it's almost like a localizer or a heading meter, which shows the heading of your aircraft. Now it's 0 heading, so it's showing 300, and this helps in maneuvering the aircraft in your direction, or etc. etc. And this QNH is a barometer number, which signifies the altitude in relative with atmospheric pressure. Now let's go to the navigation display. Navigation display is basically easy to understand. As you see in the aircraft's position, we are in the Sharjah airport, so we have the Sharjah airport over here, and it's according to how we choose the readings. This is showing the 5 over here, shows 5 nautical miles from your aircraft, 7.5 nautical miles from your aircraft, and this signifies that up to 10 nautical miles you can see whatever is happening in the navigation system, especially planes coming or air traffic or other airports nearby. And VOR and VO2 are the other transponders which help you to guide you to the airports. And over here you can see there's indicated airspeed and gust, which will tell you the direction of the wind over here and the speed of the wind over here. So when you come to land, you know the direction of the wind blowing at you, so that you can maneuver the aircraft according to that. Now we can go to the jump seat, where yes, the jump seat. Now let's look at this meter. It's an engine. It's like an engine control unit or engine meter, where you can see the 2 engines. Now the engine is off, so it's marked as a cross. And if you look at the engine closely, this is an N1, EGT, N2 and FNF. FNF is just a fuel consumption meter. N1 is a speed, or the speed of rotation of the high speed rotation fans inside the engine. Basically, if you know what is the engine is all about, engine works in the process of several fan blades within it. There's a high speed fan, the low speed fan, and the back again low speed fan and high speed fan. So N1 represents the high speed fan. So when you start the engine, you have to, the N1 starts up very slowly. EGT is engine gas temperature, which shows the temperature of combustion after when it's released from the engines especially. So in that case, when the engine starts up, if you want to know the proper start of an engine, the EGT will rise subsequently till here, which shows a good combustion or a good combustion. But if it stays low but N1 increases, it's kind of a big problem, because it can show that there's not enough air getting sucked into the fans, thereby it's literally like choking the engine, which can cause damages to the engine. So it's better to shut down by disconnecting fuel valves, etc. And N2 is again the low speed fan engine, which is similar to this. If N1 increases, this also increases simultaneously. The main reason why it's known as high speed or low speed, because it changes the pressure. High pressure fan blades is this one, low pressure fan blades is this one. By changing the pressure, they can compress the air in such a way that it can be released at a much faster rate from the exhaust of the engine. And this shows the fuel consumption of each engine 1 and 2. This one is a flaps, which shows the flaps whether it's engaged or not, and is showing the fuel on board in kilograms 2420. Now this is the ECAM. ECAM controls all the systems of the aircraft. It shows to the pilot what all systems, like fuel, flight control, hydraulics, landing gear, electrical, cabin pressurization, door, air conditioning systems, bleed, engine, and APU functions. So basically, for example, if I go to the engine, it's showing the oil content in each engine and pressure in PSI and the fuel used again, and vibration detection system. It shows the vibration of N1 and N2 in both engines. If the vibration increases, it's going to be too bad for you, so you don't want the vibration to be too much. It can cause the damage to the wings, because the engines are hanged from the wings, so you don't want vibrations to your wings, which can also damage the airflow around the wings, because if the wing vibrates too much, it doesn't give you a stable flight. Now firstly, let's go to the fuel page. In the fuel page, you can clearly see that there are 3 tanks. Firstly, the left wing tank, the center tank, and right wing. In some circumstances, the pilot purposefully makes the center tank into 0, while the 2 tanks in the wing as full or maybe a 75% of it, for the main reason to balance out the weight, because most of the cabin passengers will be at the center of the aircraft, so that it can accompany more passengers with also a maximum amount of fuel for the flight. And as you know, these boxes represents the valve. So when the engine is on, this will become straight, showing that the fuel is consumed by the engine. And if you look closely, the APU consumes fuel only from the left tank, from this valves, which clearly says that the APU takes fuel only from the left tank, while the right tank is still in a full capacity. Right tank is still can be used up only by the engine 1 and 2. This one represents the cross feed function. For example, if there is engine failure over here, or engine 1, you want the fuel from here to go to the other fuel tanks, so you can open up so that the fuel can be transferred like this to here. And this again showing the fuel on board, fuel flow, and the outside temperature, gross weight, etc. etc. Hydraulics. There are 3 hydraulics in the aircraft: green, blue, yellow, and this shows the hydraulic fluid on your reservoir. Blue is like a backup system, but always, and PTU is a power transfer unit, which transfers the pressure from one hydraulic systems to the other. If there is one hydraulic failure, the PTU transfers the pressure to other hydraulics so they can help to control the aircraft. And RAT is a ram air turbine, which is like a windmill. In doing the situation where APU is not functioning or engines are not functioning, it helps to generate electricity for a time being for the aircraft. And green, blue, yellow has its own system which controls literally all the flight control surfaces of the aircraft, like rudder, ailerons, etc., and flaps too. This page shows the control surfaces of the